Hi, I'm Joe Freeman of the Oregonian. This is Mike Richman of the Oregonian, and we are bringing you a Trail Blazers post-game video report. It was an ugly one tonight at the Moda Center. The Blazers lost 91-78 to the Memphis Grizzlies, and it wasn't even that interesting, and that score isn't very interesting. But the loss, the ugly game, and it was ugly. Did I stress that it was ugly? None of that matters in the grand scheme of things. What does matter is that Damian Lillard made his return after a 7-game absence with plantar fasciitis in his left foot, and he reported no pain or no aggravation or any discomfort at all after the game. So that's a win when this game's over and when it's all said and done. Now, it was not a typical Damian Lillard performance. In fact, it was one of the worst games I've seen him play in the 4 years I've covered him. He finished with 17 points and 7 assists, but he made just 4 of 14 shots, 2 of 10 from deep, and he had 7 turnovers, and some of them were just I'm shaking my head because they were head-shaking turnovers. Passes that never had a chance, that were easily picked. He said it was a combination of rust and just an aggressive and intense Memphis defense, but it was clear that he was not at the top of his game or anywhere near in shape for what we'd come to expect for Dame. But that said, again, to come away scot-free without re-aggravating his foot, it was encouraging nonetheless.
Yeah, Dame wasn't very good. The Blazers weren't very good either around him. The first quarter was about as bad an NBA basketball game as you could possibly see. The Blazers hit their last 4 shots to close the first quarter. That sounds nice, but that improved their shooting to 6 for 19 in the first. They were horrific, and somehow at the end of the quarter they were down 2. It was just an awful game. The biggest bright spot, Al-Farouq Aminu had 15 and 14. He played a lot of power forward. One of his better statistical games, but he wasn't really dominant by any means. CJ McCollum had a really tough night, 16 points, 6 for 18 shooting. He had 4 straight games of at least 25 and 50% shooting. That's out the window. And he was off all night long. Lillard was off all night long, his teammates were off all night long, and I think the Blazers are pretty much happy to have this one over with.
And I think what you might see, and you see this sometimes when a guy who's missed, and Dame missed 7 games, roughly, he's been out since December 20th. When you miss that much time and a team kind of moves on and has to adjust and get by without you, when you come back in, you don't just integrate yourself back smoothly. And I think we saw that not only with Dame, but as Mike pointed out, with CJ. And I think that's part of their struggles. Now they have to get back to figuring out how to play off of one another. They're both very ball dominant, obviously, which can be beneficial because it can free the other one up to roam and create mismatches on the other side of the floor. But now CJ has to get reaccustomed to sharing the ball, so to speak, with Dame, and so it could be tough sledding for a little while they refigure that out, particularly with the upcoming schedule.
Yeah, it's not going to be much easier. On Wednesday they play the Clippers. On Friday they play the Golden State Warriors. On Sunday they play the Oklahoma City Thunder. And then they finish out the homestand against a pretty good Utah Jazz team. So this is, home games are nice for a team that spent all of December on the road, but this isn't exactly a welcoming home stretch here by any means.
Indeed, but at least we no longer have to watch this basketball game. Again, the Grizzlies beat the Blazers 91-78. We'll see you on Wednesday night.